Can I ask you to do something?
Yes, sir.
If you are in the room and you are 50 years old and younger. Now, don't tell on yourself, because I know how this age thing works, and sometimes we're a bit tentative and timid
Yes, sir.
about our age, but I'm not quite yet 50.
All right.
So I just want those of us who are 50 and under to stand to our feet. And let's just thank the Lord for those who are seated. You gotta catch that. 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 I'll tell you, and thank you for that, all of the young ones in the house. Thank you for that. There is an honor and a debt of gratitude that we owe those who remain seated. There just is. I remember, and I'm going to move out of the way. Elder Davis is going to come and the church is going to come and present and do all of that stuff. But I remember the first time I went to Africa, and it was about 2000. And I remember saying to Dad, I said, Dad, I believe the Lord wants me to go to Africa. And he said, Africa? Y'all know how Bill could be. He said, ain't nothing in Africa for you. No, this is what he told me. He said, ain't nothing in Africa for you, and you don't need to go to no Africa. He said, what you gonna do in Africa? I said, well, Dad, I'm gonna preach in Africa, and we're gonna come alongside some churches and minister and strengthen them and help them, to see and achieve the vision that God has. He said, you can do all of that right here in Buffalo. And I said, Dad, listen, you need to pray about this because I gotta go, And about a week or two later, I would go and see Dad every day. It just, he lived around the corner. So, and if I didn't come and see him, he would call me and say, what's wrong? Are you mad? Did I do something? No, how come you haven't come to see me? And so about a week later, I was by the house and he said, he said, I think I understand. And I said, Dad, you understand about what? He said, about Africa. He said, I think you're supposed to go. I think you're supposed to minister there. And listen, it ain't nothing like hearing your daddy say.
Right now.
You ain't get that. Maybe you're not in good relationship with your father or whoever. But it ain't nothing like getting the affirmation of a father. Ain't nobody do it like a... When it came time for me to be installed as the pastor of the church, I looked at Dad and I said, and we had ministry coming in from all over, but I looked at Dad, I said, none of this counts unless you lay your hands on me. None of it matters. It's for naught. I said, you gotta lay your hands on me. And the final prayer that's prayed, you've gotta pray it. Look around the room, tell somebody, say, I need my daddy. That's right. I recognize and I understand that where we are, we didn't get here on our own. It's not of our own ingenuity, our skill, our ability, our expertise. It's not about that. But the ground we stand on has been paved with and by the spiritual blood, sweat, and tears of those who have come before us. Oh, you owe somebody something. Now, I know you owe God a debt of gratitude, but there's some folks in this room you need to say thank you to.